can see the clouds above the Ascension Chapel. According to what we believe, Jesus ascended into heaven from here. Then in that case, the cloud above it is part of that story. It all began at the end of the 4th century, at the beginning of the 5th century, when one of the nuns, Pumina, her name was, said the Ascension was there. Before that, the Ascension was not so far away from here, at the Helena Church, Paternoster Church of today. But this is the stage of the mount. In that case, the tradition of it moved just to here. The church was built at the end of the 4th century, the beginning of the 5th century, and it used to have like 3 circles. You can see here the remains of the Byzantine church here and there, 3 main circles, and the altar, which was right there, was an open space, because the idea is that Jesus ascended into heaven, but more important than that, it will come through the same place. That is such an important place, and let me tell you from the beginning, that site is a mosque. Then what's the connection between the Christians and Muslims and Muhammad? Then let's start with that Muhammad is one of the prophets, actually the last prophet before, sorry, I'm talking about Jesus. Jesus is a prophet, the last prophet before Muhammad. And Muslims believe that he ascended into heaven as well. But the story is earlier. I mean, let's start from the beginning. According to the book of Acts, Jesus ascended from Mount of Olives, and before someone will mention it, this is the toppest part of Mount of Olives. Then in that case, let me read it for you in English and in Hebrew. Why not? Then just a moment, let me take out the book of Acts, chapter 1 from 7. But before that, Dina and Art, Betty and EJ, I'm blessing your crosses here as well. This is the Jerusalem cross that you bought, and I will take a video of it, upload it to YouTube, and of course I will send you the cross to your houses. And if you want to have it, just look at the description at that video, and you will see the link for Buy Me a Coffee, and all the information will be there. If you won't find the link, just send me a message via YouTube and I will send you the link. Then let me take the book. I'm reading it to you from the Armenian altar. It actually shows you that although it's a mosque, the Muslims gave the Armenian, the Syrianic Church, the Latin Catholic, Greek Orthodox, and I think more, a place to pray here 40 days after Passover, after Easter. Then in that case, it's a mosque. You can see the minaret, but in that part, mostly Christians are entering. Then, it's from the book of Acts, and because the letters are so small, I hope that I will be able to read it. And let me see. 7, 6. Let's start from 6. When they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom of Israel? And then he said unto them, It is not for you to know the times of the seasons which the Father had put in his own power, but ye shall receive power after that the Holy Ghost in come upon you, and you shall be witness unto me both in Jerusalem and in all Judea and in Samaria and unto the Ottoman part of earth. And this is the most important part now. We are at 9, we are reading from 9. And when he had spoken these things, while they behold, he was taken up. And a cloud received him out of their sight. And while they looked certified toward heaven, let's look toward heaven. And as he went up, behold, 2 men stood by them in white apparel. Who are those 2 angels? 2 human beings? Maybe it sounds like the month Tavor, month of transfiguration, the transfiguration one. Are we talking about Elijah and Moses again? The cloud was there as well. And we are actually with the white pearl, which also said, "Yeah, men of the Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? This same Jesus, which is taken up from you into heaven, shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven." This is so important. And let's continue with 13. They returned. They entered Jerusalem from the mount called Olive. Here it is, Mount of Olives, which is from Jerusalem a Shabbat day journey. Now, so many things to talk about. What is a Shabbat day journey? The Jews until today, mostly the religious Jew, cannot move from one place to another because on Shabbat you are striking. You cannot walk far away. The idea of Shabbat is to do nothing, just to pray. Because when God created the world, he created in 7 days. But the 7th day wasn't the day of creation. The 7th day was a day of resting. And the Jews until today are resting on Saturday, which is different than Sunday of the Christians. Now we can understand maybe the difference or the importance of the day of Shabbat for the Jews. Then in that case, it's kind of like 1 mile from your house, and it means that Jerusalem or the temple is not so far away from here. Then in that matter, let me read it for you in Hebrew. Now, the book in Hebrew, see the Acts, the book of Hebrew is called Maasei Ashlichim, or Mif'alot Ashlichim. And I'm going straight to 6. ויהי בהתאספם יחד, וישאלו לאמור, אדוננו, לורד, התשיב בעת הזו את המלכות לישראל, kingdom to Israel? ויאמר אליהם, לא לכם לדעת את העיתים ואת המועדים אשר יעד האב, the father, בממשלתו. אבל תתאזרו עוז כנוח עליכם רוח הקודש, the Holy Spirit, רוח הקודש, והייתם הדי בירושלים, Jerusalem בירושלים, ובכל יהודה, Judea, ובשומרון, Samaria, ועד קצה העולם. ככלתו לדבר את הדברים האלו, נעלה מהם מעיניהם, רעות ישראל, ענן מנגד עיניהם. והביטו אחריו בעלותו השמיימה, he went up to the sky, והנה 2 אנשים לבושי לבן, ניצבים עליהם ואומרים, אנשי הגליל, people of the Galilee. למה זה אתם עומדים ומביטים השמיימה? Why are you looking up? Yeshua, Jesus, Yeshua, which it means salvation, זה אשר לוקח מעליכם ויעל למרום, כן יבוא כאשר ראיתם אותו עולה השמיימה. Then in that case, that place is not only the place of the past. We are waiting for the future, and the future will begin here. And this is quite an important issue. Then let me just put the Bible back to my bag and we will continue. Now we know that at the 5th century, the beginning of the 5th century, Pumina built here a circle church, like a memorial church, and the Byzantine later on built another church here. Why another church? Because in 1614, when the Persian came, they destroyed most of the places, most of the churches. The only church that they didn't destroy was the Church of the Nativity. And we are very close to Christmas now. Then we know that at the 8th century there was a beautiful big church, and the idea is that from the city you could see 8 huge candles. It was actually made of oil, and you could see the Ascension place from the city. You could wait for the return of Jesus. Inside it, from the 5th century, people talked about 2 stones that, according to what they believe, is the place of the mark of the 2 feet of Jesus. Usually when I'm talking about it, I'm getting so many messages about how can it be, and I won't say most of the bad words that I got, but this is tradition, and tradition you don't need to accept, but you must respect, because the church, the Latin church, the Greek Orthodox church, the Coptic church, the Syrianic church, all of them believed in that. And please accept the idea of traditions. Sadly, one of the feet been destroyed. It actually disappeared. We don't know what's happened to him. Some people believe that it's in London. Some people believe that it's in Rome. Some believe that it's in Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem. But what I believe is that pilgrims used to take some souvenirs from here. That church is not exist anymore because it's been destroyed by Al-Hakim at 1009, 11th century. And when the Crusader came to here, what they found is the altar, or remains of the altar, and they found the one of the footprint of Jesus. Then, in that case, the first thing that he did is they built a wall around it. Why to build a wall around it? Sounds strange, isn't it? We don't need to build a wall. We are now the Crusaders. We are controlling that place. We are the Crusaders. When they came to here, they were a minority among the Muslims. Then in that case, everything that they build looks like a fortress. And another thing that he did, they make it. It was already octagonal. Wasn't a round. It was octagonal church, and the middle one, the Nicola here, was an open space. I mean, you can see the arches, then there are walls between it, then take the wall down, turn it down, and there wasn't any dome there. And what it's beautiful to see that the columns might be made by the French, because it's like a French 12th century French style. Every column is different, and it's made of marble, which is not from Israel. There's no marble in that area. Later on, Saladin conquered it and turned it into a mosque. Then this is a mosque now. This is part of the mosque. If you'll go out and turn left, you will enter to the mosque itself, the Chapel of the Ascension, the Mosque of the Ascension. But me, as non-Muslims, they won't let me go in. Then let's now enter in, and you can see that before we'll do that, you can see that the Muslims actually sealed the Adikula, and they built a dome above it. And now, when we know it, let's go in. Let's talk about another thing that usually I'm getting, people ask me or order me to do something. Dinner, art, EJ, and Bethy, we are following your crosses. Again, I'm holding only one cross, mainly because it's too heavy for me. And you see the Greek Orthodox altar, and but it's in my bag, and I'm blessing it in every place. I'm doing it mainly because I already blessed your crosses, Betty and EJ. We will go in right now, and let me remind you that usually people ask me why I'm entering my shoes into their churches, into holy sites. I know that there are so many different traditions, but here in Palestine, Israel, if it's not a Muslim place, you don't need to do that. And then I'm not doing it. But if you want to do that, you can. I must tell you that 99% of the tourists that arrive to Israel are not doing it too. 99% of the Christians of Israel are not doing it as well. Then let's enter, and sadly, as you can see, we still don't have a lot of tourists. Then that Atikula was open. I know another thing that, as a believer, will get the box of donation. Don't blame me for that. It's not mine. This is the fit of the print of Jesus. I know that it's difficult to see it, but the idea is that it was there, and it's actually blessed now. I'm blessing your cross, and I will bless the cross of EJ and Betty soon. What you can see here is a mihrab. Every Muslim place must have a sign that tells you where Mecca is. The Mecca is right there because every Muslim is praying to Mecca, and the feet was right here, and they move it to here. Now, if you didn't subscribe my channel until now, please do that. And if it's okay by you, I'm gonna take a picture of the crosses to Dina and EJ and Patty and Art. For that, I will have to say goodbye, and I will take the 2 other crosses out. Then see you in my next video. Bye bye.